I remember just as I was leaving, a few months before, I think it was the Hungarian ambassador in Brussels said, could he come along and give me the communique of the Warsaw Pact? And the ambassadors later refused to allow him to do it. He wasn't to come inside the gates of NATO because he was the Warsaw Pact, and he wasn't allowed to give me the communique. And this was a few months before the end of the Cold War. So there was still this sort of not quite sure that it was all going to turn out all right. People now say they knew that the Soviet Union was going to collapse and that it was all going to end up on the end of the Warsaw Pact and all this. They didn't. I never met anybody at that time who actually forecast that the Soviet Union was going to collapse. I mean, obviously they had some difficulties, but nobody thought for one moment they were going to collapse. They were rather interested in what Gorbachev was doing, you know. They had no... People are always wise after the event. I think, you know, what we thought about all that was, we thought that it was immensely brave. I mean, the opposition. We've never had to do this in this country. We've been enormously lucky. We've never had to... I mean, we may dislike our governments, but we don't feel particularly oppressed by them. We get annoyed with them, and we think they're incompetent, whatever party they are, they're incompetent, but we don't feel oppressed by them. You have been oppressed, and I thought that those who stood out against the oppression were immensely brave, and it worked. That was what was marvelous about it, and their bravery was rewarded.